Hi everyone, Shane R. Monroe here. I am back from the Vintage Computer Festival, and I've got goodies to share. So obviously some of these things are going to be shown on future videos, so I'll probably tiptoe over some of these things. Some of these are kind of a surprise, but I did want to show you my ill-gotten gains from my time in Dallas. Great stuff here. I found a lot of treasures, and I'm hoping you'll enjoy taking a quick look. Now, my buddy Brett has been making these switch boxes. These are IEC type switch boxes. So you could literally have one floppy drive and share it between two Commodore 64s. So I could have my Ultimate and my OG bread bin, and I could share one 1571, for example, with this, with a little reset button. And so I got this originally because I thought we could use this as an isolation switch, so when you're in the middle position, neither is selected. So if I'm plugged into the Commodore 64U and I have a floppy drive plugged in, it wouldn't override the serial bus and take over drive 8, which has always been a problem. So I got this originally, but Brett made us this instead. This is a prototype. He gave this to me to test out. Basically, into the computer, into the drive. One position, there's no drive. The other position, you do have a drive. This should isolate. We're going to test all of this in a later video. I did come across a couple of fast loader type cartridges that I did not have. I got a little bit better deal than 20 bucks a piece. Mach 5, everybody kind of knows about that one, so that's not like a huge surprise. But this turbo load and save from Better Working, never heard of it, never seen one, never knew anybody that had one, so that means I had to have it. Hopefully they work. Now, these were so amazing. These were in a mismatch or mix and match box of cassettes. These are all Commodore 64. Well, Fort Apocalypse, I'm not 100% sure. Blue Max for that matter. But a lot of times they'll have the Atari on one side and the Commodore on the other. So not 100% sure if these are going to be the Commodore 64 versions. But this Frogger, my friends, this is like a holy grail for me. This Chuck Benton one is the one that I've never owned an original of, and I've always wanted an original of this version of Frogger. Yeah, so I'm really hoping that this works. I mean, I've got the game, of course, and there's really nothing special about it, but this is the Frogger that I've always wanted to own, and now I do. Of course, on a future video, we're going to fire these guys up and see what's on them. These are the lock-on 7800 and 2600. I'm going to have a video about these from VCF with Chris Cool. So we're not going to talk about these, but I thought I'd show them to you, and they will be featured later. So let me see, what do I want to show off next? So here is a simple SD to IEC. Somebody said $30 was too much for this. I'm not sure that's the case. I did get a 32 gigabyte card with it, preloaded, so there's some value add in that. I know what you're thinking, Shane, this is a completely useless thing. You don't need that for the Commodore 64U. Yeah, but I got a bread bin sitting down there that this would be great to be able to load games in on without having to hook up a floppy drive. So we're gonna look at that one at another time. This is something similar. This is a much more elegant solution. It's the same idea. This will allow you to plug in an SD card, plug this into your tape port for power, very eloquent, and then a short serial cable. We're gonna test and see how well this works with the original bread bin as well. And so this is fun. This is nothing special. I mean, everybody knows about this. Hello. This is an Easy Flash cartridge. I'm gonna take this out because you can't see through the smoky plastic. The purpose of this is you can actually put in games as well as kernel replacements into this. Now, why would I want to do that? You can do kernel replacements software-wise. For my real Commodore 64, I need Jiffy DOS in there. And since my kernel is not socketed and I don't have the skills to remove it to put in the Jiffy DOS ROMs, this is going to override my kernel and allow me to wedge Jiffy DOS into my bread bin 64. So that's what this came from. And of course, you can of course put games and all sorts of stuff. This is gonna require a whole video all on its own. Now, this little guy, it looks cool as hell. And I have a total complete video with the creator of this, so I'm not gonna talk about this now. This is a damn cool device, and we're gonna put it through its paces. Now, this is interesting. This is a prototype put together by Brett, the guy that made this white stuff. And essentially, these are these are serial cables that have been put together with this, I think, what is this, a 4-pole? This is a 3-pole, I don't know. Put together in this 1/8" jack, 3.5mm jack. Why would you do this? Why would you be interested in changing a serial cable into this? Well, therein lies the fun part, because this is an over-the-counter switch box, right? So you could plug one of these, right, into your Commodore 64, put the other two and plug in 2 different drives, and plug them in through serial, and now you have a switch box. Oh yeah, we're gonna try this out when we can. Don't you worry about it. Very exciting. This little guy, Commodore Sam, let me borrow this. I have to ship it back. I don't get to keep it. This is a Super Nintendo controller adapter that has a built-in logic circuit that lets you change which port you're using remotely. Plug in an 8-bit SNES, wireless, because it's powered, plug that in, and you can now use a wireless SNES controller and flip ports remotely. Huh? Yeah, don't worry, I'm gonna have to order one, and we'll do a whole video on this. So that was the biggest, stuff that I got, of course. I did get my Computes Gazette magazine, which, of course, we talked about this one already. There's all sorts of stuff there. And then this is so cool. This is, Commodore Sam gave me this. There's his little logo, his site, check him out. And this is well, not a complete, but a quick reference guide to Jiffy DOS. I totally was going to make one of these. Now I don't have to. So thank you so much for creating this. And I am totally going to do a whole more video on using Jiffy DOS, because many of you have asked about it, but that's it. So listen, I hope you enjoyed taking a look at this. Again, more VCF videos are coming. You're gonna wanna catch them all. They're all interesting for different reasons, and I've got so much stuff. My backlog for videos has doubled, quadrupled, tripled, whatever. It's unbelievable. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. Like, subscribe, hype, hit the bell. You guys know what to do, yada, yada, yada. I've got so much to do. Please keep an eye on the channel. Make sure you're subscribed. Sometimes you get unsubscribed. I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but make sure you're still subscribed. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Shane Armin Rowe. We'll see you next time.